Good morning. Hi, everyone. Welcome to ATI ProMedia, coming to you live from Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, I've been doing so much TV, I realized I was looking in the wrong camera. This is the camera on my laptop. Look at camera A. Hey, welcome to the show. I'm sitting at RFD TV Studios at 49 West in Nashville. I'm in a good mood because I don't have to host a national TV show. But, ATI ProMedia has almost as many viewers. Now, seriously, I looked at some of the stats. When we do that show, between 15 and 30,000 people watch a show like that. And you're on stage all by yourself. It gets a little lonely there. But hey, I got the best co-host in the world today, Brady Huck. We'll bring him in after I go through the headlines. And if you would like to watch me on RFD TV, I'll be on at 11:45. I'm going to go down to the studio. I have a friend from Nashville coming in to watch, and I'm going to go on Cow Guy Close at 1:20, and I'll be Scott's guest. So a little humbling to go from running everything to, hey, thanks for having me on your show. But speaking about having you on a show, we got a couple things going on. The 10-year yield is exploding. 2s, 5s, 10s, 30s. Yields are going up. You may be bummed out that grains are down. That's the least of your worries. I'm ultra confident. Yields are exploding. We have a problem. All this BS about we're going to cut rates. Not only are we not cutting rates, rates are exploding. I have a chart to show you that. Don't listen to what they say. Watch now what the market does. And the market's trying to talk. Speaking of talking, the Brazilian farmer, we got some numbers out of Brazil, both on production coming out of there and then amount planted. That's very impressive. With that, Brady Huck wants to talk a little bit about some news in cattle. Brady, welcome to the show. I have to tell you, did you see that cow phone light up yesterday about B Huck?
It's pretty awesome to see, Tommy. It's pretty awesome to see those comments.
I kind of felt bad for Connor. Look at him. I see him down in the green
We
room.
always got to pick on Connor. Always got to pick on him. But
Hey, Connor, did you see your comments? Yeah, maybe you weren't. Yeah, all right. No, I had someone, well, they probably get 20 comments a day about the cow phone. Hey, compliment to Connor, Chris Swift, who hosts Market Day, who owns Swift Trading here in Nashville. After Connor and I did that show, he said that was exactly the message the farmer needed. Congratulations to you and Connor for being able to say, these markets can go down, interest rates are going up, there's a problem here. And so when you're getting, maybe he didn't get the comments on the cow phone, and he probably did, they didn't add them, but they get like 20 comments a day, really? And they add what they want, positive or negative. Anyway, congratulations to both of you for being on live national TV. You guys don't realize this. You were almost on yesterday. There was a cancellation yesterday, and they're like, Tommy, kid Connor, or Brady go on? I'm like, yeah, those boys are ready to go. But in the end, they had Jim Urio came back on, and we had a great discussion. All right. Speaking
Congrats to you too, Tommy, on hosting the Cow Guy for a week. I mean, everybody looks at it and it looks easy from the outside in, but doing it every day and after day and doing it, every day, that's harder than it looks. I think I can say that because I'm sitting here trying to do it.
I want to send Connor a picture, and maybe he could load it up to StreamYard. I want to show you all what the production room looks like. I have some photos and videos of that. I might even be able to load up a video. Let's see how good Connor is on the go ahead. But talk about cattle and what changed in cattle. I want to send Connor something and see how good he is.
Yeah, you bet. Well, we had a big day yesterday in the cattle markets, and cash was down last week on the cash trade for fat cattle, down a couple bucks in the south and a couple bucks in the north. That wasn't very supportive from the big picture narrative, but that commitment of traders data that we got on Friday, which was posted, its data as of Tuesday, was pretty light on the live cattle fund long position, and there's still maybe had a little bounce there in the market because of that sentiment right there. But volatile trading day, good to see it bounce and recover. They talk about dead cat bounces, and even a dead cat will bounce if you drop it high enough. And that cattle market has sold off significantly, but it's good to see a positive day there. And I think we're up again here this morning. If
I got June's unchanged, buddy, but they sure ain't collapsing today. I'll tell you that. Yeah. What's your favorite feeder cattle month to look at right now? We got May. Let's see here. We got
April's coming into expiration, Tommy. So, it's going to follow the index quite a bit. And that basis is going to be, it's mostly a lot of basis movement there, watching the cash. The May is, I think, where the funds are on the feeder cattle. So So I've been watching May feeders and June fats, but I'll always keep my eyes out on the deferreds too, Tommy, seeing what prices are out there.
Fun to watch the board. So real quick for the cattleman, for the rancher, for the corn farmer, bean farmer, anyone out there, anyone in ag, anyone around the world, there was a big move in the Brazilian currency yesterday. We don't have to deep dive in that. You just got to know that professional traders all over the world are watching that, and maybe the American farmer's not watching the Brazilian real, but professional traders are. 10-year yield 4.67 and going up. That is going to be a problem. Yesterday, when we were recording the show, the Dow Jones opened 300 higher, went 400 higher. By the end of the day, it had a minus 250. We're starting to see significant volatility pick up in all markets. Gold, silver, crude's been okay. Stock market volatility, bond volatility, cattle volatility. The one nothing burger, Brady, grains, just pure nothing.
Yeah,
Just in there.
kind of a
What
snoozer right now on the grain side. I saw a stat, Tommy, that the Dow was down 250 points for 6 straight days. That's big sell off. I don't know if that's accurate, but I saw a tweet on it.
Oh, that could be, yeah. No, I mean, if it's a tweet, you got to take it as
It
the
was real, right?
gospel.
Gospel.
But the when you look at the Dow Jones, it's still at a very it's at 38,000. It was at 39.5, approaching 40. So very normal. A lot of people looking for a 10% correction, and all these big money guys are like, I hope we have a 10% correction because I got a ton of money to put to work. All they do is buy. And that really screws up the grain farmer because they watch TV and they hear like, if we dip 10%, I'm buying. They're talking about equities and long-term investings. We're dealing with grain that not only are we producing a crop every year, but Brazil's planting a ton of crops, which leads you into talk about the Brazil numbers, Mr. Brady Huck.
Yeah, different game. Soybean harvest in Brazil, though, 83.2% versus 85% last year. That was printed here recently. Second crop corn planting is nearly all planted and entering a key stretch of production weather down there for the safrinha corn crop in South America. 3/4 of their crop, 2/3 to 3/4 of the Brazil corn crop is safrinha corn. Then we got the U.S. planting season behind it. We got a ton of global production on the line going forward the next few months, and that's why this time of year is called silly season, because these markets can get pretty wild and crazy.
Yeah. So one of these what's a good opportunity right now for us is to get our clients' acreage in. As advanced trading broker, we're collecting acreage, collecting yield, talking a little bit about hybrids. I love talking to my clients about what seed brands they plant. I personally represent a few seed brands on the hedging side. I know other brokers at Advanced represent seed brands. That's fun because they like to buy. They like to buy low. Oh, Advanced Trading Inc. said, "Go ahead and read that, Brady. You're gonna
Dr.
need your
Cordon,
bifocals.
there,
It's time, kid. You need
is it?
bifocals.
I'm getting
Yeah,
older, Tommy G.
that's all right. Welcome to the club.
ATI comments here. Corporate ATI. This is a good one. Dr. Cordonier raised his Brazil soybean crop estimate 2 million metric tons to 147 million metric tons. CONAB at 146.5, and the USDA at that big whopping 155 number. So significant discrepancy there between Dr. Cordonier and the CONAB number.
Yeah, and regardless of who's right, we're not running out of anything. Is that correct?
I think that's a great point, Tommy. We can argue over the crumbs here. Is it 10% bigger? It's still a big crop. It's a significant crop, and they're far from a disaster. If you're bullish this market, to me, you got to be banking on some type of disaster from a production standpoint. And oftentimes in bull markets, we need multiple dominoes to fall. So you need the safrinha crop to have a problem. You need the U.S. crop to have a problem. One domino falling in this type of market just shifts demand from Brazil to U.S. or U.S. to Brazil. I think that's important to understand. It's a global market as you tie back into the currency and what's going on in Brazil versus U.S. currency. Production's the same way.
Yeah, I got to switch subjects a little bit. You didn't know I was going to do this to you, and you love when I absolutely surprise you. So yesterday on Cow Guy, we talked with uh, with our friend Rebecca Walzer on the
Okay.
B block.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about Tesla. Did you see what happened to Rivian? Our very own Rivian, based out of Bloomington Normal. Boy, if you loved it at 128, you're going to love it at 8. Rivian absolutely tanked down another 8-10% yesterday. Rivian stock trading in single digits. Looking at my phone, Rivian's currently at 847. Let me give you a little color on this, folks. Rivian makes a $80,000 electric vehicle that cost 120 grand to make, and they sell it for 80. I don't know who's good at math or not, but those numbers don't work, and so their burn rate is unbelievable. Right outside the Advanced Trading corporate office in the State Farm parking lots. Anyone doesn't know, the whole State Farm Corporation has a massive. They have a massive people around Bloomington, and everyone might be like, "Oh, why are you bashing Rivian?" Listen, we report the news. This is a financial channel that loves agriculture. But when I go work from the corporate office and I got to walk in Bloomington ATI and say, why are there 4,000 Rivians parked in a parking lot, State Farm, with security cameras on them and lights? And that ain't normal. You want to talk about where there's smoke, there's fire. Those things should be flying off the shelf, and they're not flying anywhere. And they may need wings to start selling them. It's a beautiful vehicle, but again, and go ahead, Brady.
It talks about the whole vehicle complex. I got a flyer in the mail. Those old flyers they send out, 0% financing on a new F-150 or buy now. These
you're finally
deals.
Getting those? Yeah,
we're getting those now. It's and that to me is a sign of the game changing here. Over the 2 years ago, you had to go beg for a F-150 or a F-250 or a Dodge Ram, big trucks, and now they're starting to sit on lots and stack up here. Things are slowing down. That's a sign of the times, in my opinion. And the EV front, there's cart. You talked about it yesterday, and yet set a great line. We got the cart ahead of the horse here, maybe a little bit. Great point.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to more hybrid. One thing I don't think Rebecca quite understood, but aluminum on Sunday, Monday, because of what the exchanges made a rule, we aren't going to let you deliver on metals from Russia. That's a significant big deal. So copper spiked, aluminum spiked, a lot of trace metals spiked on the exchange. And Russia in that area of the world has a lot of those fine metals, and so does China, I believe. But to make an electronic vehicle, you need those fine metals. So when you see copper explode, and I've never traded an aluminum contract, but you can, I believe, at the LME. Hey, aluminum's up 8% on the night. What's that mean to you? Wasn't bullish Rivian or Tesla. Tesla let go of 10% of its workforce. I Googled that. That's about 10, 12%. Hey, let's give a big shout out to producer Rick, who's clicking the buttons. Hi, Rick. Look at him. He's there. Look at him. Hey, Rick, show people how they subscribe to ATI Pro Media. Yesterday, we had PJ Quaid on. Today, we have a land expert. If you want that video to the land expert, you need to subscribe to premium content. Run the tape, sir. Welcome to ATI Pro Media, powered by Advanced Trading. We're a financial channel that loves agriculture. For just $1 a day, you'll receive advanced trading research, actionable text, and a minimum of 6 videos a week featuring industry experts and insight. Click the button below to subscribe today. Welcome to ATI. Yesterday, we had PJ Quaid price action, Friday's price action, Sunday, Monday, how the markets are digesting it, what he's seeing in the options market. He did not see a lot of big trades, and he did not see a lot of I thought he'd have more information like, oh, this person did a block or that. Truthfully, when I look at my quote board, we're involved in the slowest part here, grains. Your cattle world's exciting. On a trading level, if you trade gold or bonds or stocks, extremely exciting. But the part we do, the hedging, the insuring, the forward selling, the forward protecting, in a down market, that becomes a little sad. And I'll tell you what, for these all cash marketers out there that are like, oh, if you get good prices, you need to sell a third. And then you need to sell more when you plant. And you definitely need to sell more at 4th of July. We're at one of those key moments, Brady Huck. We are planting. And so you're supposed to be getting more forward sold. And the problem is we know there's a lot of people holding the old crop. And we're going to see that. You're going to see when May options and May futures go off the board, you're going to see another rush for people to say, oh, I'm tired of paying storage. I'm tired of storing it in my own bins. I'm tired of the grain you sent to the elevator. That's already been turned into ethanol 4 months ago, and you're still hoping it goes up. Hope is not going to work when we have a burdensome supply, and that's all I'll beat about that. All right, let's get the charts. What else do you want to talk about? And then questions. Brady Huck.
Well, to your point there, you fall behind on one crop and you're not even looking out at the next, right? I mean, if you fall behind on 23 marketing, you're trying to wait for an opportunity to catch up there, and then 24. And we got guys looking at 25, right? Tommy, you want to keep your eye always out there and try not to fall behind, because when you fall behind, sometimes it's very, very difficult to catch back up. And if you do catch up really quick, you might have a 2020 type situation where you catch up at the wrong time, and then corn goes from 4 to 9 and you just puked it all at 3.
Wonderful, wonderful way of explaining that. Ketchup and puking. I love it. Let's bring in the questions. Luke, Farmer Luke, what's he have to say? There we go. Cotton, 10 to 20% off recent highs. Funds no longer interested, or is it something else? Oh, the old cotton market. Can't say I'm hedging any cotton. I did have a few people who wanted to hedge cotton when it was higher, and then the market went back down, and they're like, why didn't I do something? I can tell you something else, Luke and Brady and viewers. There's a lot of why didn't I do something. And so in these markets, for example, corn goes up 20 cents on a USDA report. Why didn't I do something? Because you didn't know what the next day and the next day were going to bring. But we are in many of our row crops in a bear market, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Next question, Farmer Brett. That's interesting. Rivian is most likely a interest rate sensitive stock. Farmer Brett, I didn't think about that. That's why we'd love to your comments and everything else. Yes, I did see a tweet, and I told you guys about it, Brady, Connor, Rick, and Joe, that there was a high-tech ag company. There's all this VC, venture capital, that came into ag, and I don't even want to mention names, but just go to Commodity Classic. Every other booth you see, you've never heard of them. Those folks are in trouble already, and they don't know it. So, hey, Tom Grisafi from Nashville, Tennessee, if you have venture capital in ag and you aren't starting to crank out profits, you've already lost your job. They just haven't sent you the email saying you've lost your job. I promise you, as interest rates explode, real interest rates, not the analyst on Wall Street 5 cut interest rates, real interest rates are exploding higher today. That is a death spiral to VC capital. Great point, Farmer Brett. Any other questions, comments from the peanut gallery?
I don't see any new ones over there, but if you got one, throw one out there. I love that comment about the VC money. And, there's the cost of opportunity. The cost of operating in today's world is so much different than it was 2-3 years ago. We've got to always keep that in the back of our mind as a farmer, as an investor, anything we're doing.
Yeah. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. Tommy Grisafi, Nashville, Tennessee, Brady Huck, Dodge City, Kansas. Mr. Rick, I will hit the button to close the show. If you want, watch us on RFD TV at 11:45, Cow Guy Close at 1 o'clock. And I've had the time of my life. Tomorrow, we're going to show you a little footage of what it looks like, the 6 or 7 people that are upstairs. But overall, pretty much you're on a stage by yourself, one sound guy, and there's 6 people upstairs helping you get and call in, doing stuff. It's really amazing. So cool. I've learned a lot. And thank you all for watching. See you, Brady.
See you tomorrow, guys.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.